I've applied to 300 plus jobs since August and I've heard back on none of them. Before you say it's my resume or my cover letter or my references or my experience, I've got those covered. I'd worked with professionals on all of them, and I don't use AI writing cover letters because I think people can tell. I don't know at what point I'm supposed to pivot and completely change what I'm supposed to do because I'm very close to just starting a trade. I love working with my hands, honestly, so it's not like a diss, but it's something I just don't know how to get into really, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do because this door keeps getting slammed in my face and it's incredibly demoralizing to not be able to afford living, especially when you're working a job that's sucking your soul out of your eyeballs.
Hello guys, welcome back to Inside Republic. On today's video, we'll be talking about the unemployment crisis. While unemployment reflects a complex societal challenge that affects individual livelihood, economic growth, and so forth, it underscores the urgent need for inclusive job creations and so forth. So kindly like and share this video, subscribe and follow for more videos like this. And to show us some extra love, you can send us some super thanks. Now let's get into the following video clips.
Searching for a job has to be one of the most dehumanizing things in my entire life, and I've been through some pretty traumatic shit. I will be the most loyal person to a job if that means I don't have to ever search for a job again. And my thing is, I don't have a problem getting into low-paying jobs. We know the ones, fast food, retail, whatever. It's the jobs that I actually went to school to get a degree for that are actually pissing me off. And even then, just general jobs like receptionist, administrative, coordinator, all of those things, they want to pay you $15 an hour, but also ask for and require a bachelor's degree. How is that adding up? You want me to answer phones for you, right? But you also want me to have a whole degree that costs thousands of dollars in this country.
So a couple weeks ago, I did a final round interview for a job that I didn't end up landing, and last week I met with a hiring manager to go over some feedback that he had for me, and it was simultaneously very validating and super frustrating to hear. So for a little bit of context, there were 4 people in the final round. We were all given the same take-home challenge assignment, and the assignment prompt, while kind of broad, definitely did have a easy, intended solution, if that makes sense. The company produces a software that is very corporate in nature. It's not supposed to be playful or interesting. So when creating a solution, I definitely picked the safe route and did something kind of bland, but I put a lot of work into it, and I do think that it was very much like a quality presentation. But when I talked to the hiring manager, he said basically 3 out of the 4 candidates all presented the same solution. I am included in that category, and there was nothing really that distinguished one from another other than just the amount of effort that was put in and how skilled we were in the visual design department. And he said that out of the 3 that were all the same, my solution was the strongest and they would have hired me, except there was one candidate who did something crazy out of left field, and she really stood out as a result.
Trump, unfreeze the jobs. Unfreeze them, please. Don't get me wrong. I love TikTok, yeah, blah, 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 but, unfreeze the job. People are really out here struggling. Have y'all not heard about all of these college students literally getting jobs and then getting their jobs taken back? Bitch, mind you, they're taking so many jobs, and yet there are so many jobs that need to be filled. It's come on. Trump, I beggeth of you. Bitch, I just don't understand what this man is in a rush for. Why did you come in swinging like that? He can't, Yo, you got people looking at me across the street. But it's a fact, this motherfucker came in swinging oh, I'm gonna just shut all the jobs down. Federal funding, everything.
Why is it so hard to get a job right now? I have applied to hundreds of places and I've heard back from a couple. The couple that I have heard back when I show up for the interview, it's all open interviews. So I show up and it's 15 to 40 people, which I guess it's fine. I'm going to go anyway because I need a job. But the odds of me getting that job are not great. It'd be great if they at least disclose that information. I started applying to jobs 2 weeks before I even moved. 3 weeks before I even moved. Haven't heard back from anything. And then you go 2 places, you go door to door to places, and then they tell you to apply online. So then you apply online, and either you can't find it online, can't find the application, or you never hear back from them again. I have a bachelor's degree in biology. I've been working customer service since I was in high school since I could work. Like, I can't even get a waitressing job. So the jobs that I'm applying for at this point, even if I got that job, it wouldn't be paying my rent. It's just so frustrating because everybody's hiring. Everyone's hiring, but nobody's actually hiring. It should not be this hard to get a waitressing job somewhere. This is absolutely ridiculous. I literally applied to Home Depot because I worked at Home Depot in college and I was kind of good at, like, I know what I'm doing there. I haven't even heard back from Home Depot. I literally have rent due in 2 weeks and I'm not gonna be able to pay that if I don't get a job this week. And it's not from a lack of trying. Just make it make sense. Make it make sense.
The number one lie in the job market in 2025 is we went with someone with more experience. And it's leading so many people to think that they need a higher degree or like an MBA or that they need some new fancy certification. But all that stuff is a complete waste of your time and your money. The reality is it's just a soft way for a recruiter or a hiring manager to let you down that you weren't a good fit for the job, but it's vague enough that they can't get pinned down with the specifics of what you're not doing right, because they don't want to seem like the jerk, like the bad guy in this process. But the end result for you is you have no idea what you could have done different. The truth is that you're not selling yourself well. And the people that know how to sell their story are getting all of the great job offers. This is about the pitch. You need to know how to pitch yourself before you even get into the interview process, in the way that you email the recruiters and hiring managers and get into the interviews, and then the story that you tell about your background, your life, in the interviews themselves. So if you suck at this, it's probably because you've never sold anything in your life.
I just watched a video of a lady with 2 master's degrees and 15 years of experience in tech sales or something, she said, which sounds like, oh my God, what a like perfect candidate for anybody looking for that kind of person, right? She said she's been looking for a job for 2 years, put in 6,000 applications and blah, blah, blah. And I was sitting there listening, judging, I'm judgy. And she kept explaining like she can't even get a job at Trader Joe's. She talked to the manager at fucking Trader Joe's and the manager was like, yo, we got job applications backlog. And after hearing that, I promise you, I'm not being snooty when I say this. It's just, I'm not built like that. I would literally give up searching for a job and go try and make some money on my own. Like, I wouldn't, after a month or two, being that qualified and getting shit on like that, no way. 0% chance I would keep trying.
I am still shocked how many people in my comment sections are underestimating how cooked the corporate job market is. I've been in recruiting for coming up to a decade in July, and I've literally never seen candidates struggle as much as they are right now on the job market. And these are not poor candidates. These are not people who are unqualified. These are some of the most qualified people I've ever seen on the job market, and they are struggling. I'm hearing about people who are applying to thousands of jobs and not hearing anything back from any company. I'm hearing about longer and longer rounds of interviews, like 6, 7, 8, or 9 rounds of interviews. And some people go through that and then they get ghosted. I'm hearing about assessments, like personality assessments, take-home work, which a lot of times is unpaid. And I'm hearing about this over and over. And then when it comes to the offer stage, I'm seeing people get intentionally lowballed. Like they ask for 85K and the company comes back with 65K. And I know what the company is thinking. They're thinking, if this person doesn't accept, somebody else is desperate enough to accept, and we can get a deal.
In America's worsening unemployment crisis, countless qualified individuals are applying for hundreds, sometimes over 300 jobs without receiving a single response, leaving them drained and disillusioned. The endless cycle of tweaking resumes, writing cover letters, and chasing interviews that lead nowhere has stripped the job search market of its humanity, reducing people to algorithms and automated rejections. Even entry-level jobs at places like Home Depot and McDonald's are out of reach, demanding extensive experience for minimum pay. Many reach the final interview stages only to be told the company went with someone more experienced, a polite lie masking systematic gatekeeping. Meanwhile, corporate professionals are sidelined, lowballed, or ghosted, proving that qualifications alone aren't enough. Being poor is not just hard, it's expensive, even with the emotional and financial costs of unemployment compounding daily in a system that feels designed to keep people out rather than bring them in. That's it for now, guys. Kindly like this video and send us super thanks. We'll really appreciate it. Until next time, goodbye.